Welcome back. In this video I'll show you how to manage the ESXi server. How to manage the ESXi server. What are the options are available after you connect a ESXi through browser. So this is a main console. Okay, this is a main console. So here in the left side, host, manage, monitor. Three options are there. So in this host, okay, the two options are there, manage and monitor. If you select the host, by default it will show you what is the server. So this is the ESXi server. It is installed with the 8.0.0 hypervisor, and now this server, when it is power on, so the last power on until, so how many minutes and how many hours and how many days it will show you. So this server you can shut down permanently, you can reboot the server, and you can refresh the console, and we have some actions are available. So you can set maintenance mode, log mode, lockdown permissions, and other activities you can perform under actions. So coming to the right side, so the main three components like a CPU, memory and storage, whatever we allocate for this server, the total capacity and the free capacity it will show you. CPU 38.3 gigahertz. So right now 38.2 gigahertz is free. Memory 48 GB of RAM we provided. Out of it 45.77 GB is free. Storage we provided 800 GB, but the capacity is available only 671. Out of it 670 is free. So this is the system configuration, usage and total capacity will be showing here. And coming down, and here hardware, configuration, system and performance summary. These all are showing the dashboard. So let me explain one by one. In hardware, what is the server, the physical hardware, how look likes? See, this server is installed with the VMware, and CPU we have provided 16 CPUs into 2, total 32 processors are available. So total, so when I explained it, so you can see this total socket is 8 into 2 cores, 2 sockets, 8 into 2, total 16 processors are available. And the next one is memory, 48 GB memory, and the network. So this is the network card is available, is a 1 Gbps network card, and with this only the whatever the IP address we configured 192.168.1.101, it is configured here, and we are able to managing this server. And storage, so whatever the storage we have provided, the complete storage will be listed here. So any questions as of now? Coming to the configuration, so here the complete operations, like we have the ESX server, the version is 8.0.0. This is a build version, the standard one we are using. And there's an advanced options are there, like a HA and the vMotions options are there. So these options are whether it is enabled or disabled, that will be showing here. And the system information, so the date, installed date, asset tag and the serial number, BIOS version, BIOS release date, everything will be showing here. You can check that. So this server is installed today only. And so what is the performance last 1 hour? So this utilization is less than 20%. Okay. So you can see that what is the utilization of CPU, what is utilization of memory. So the blue line is indicating that memory, and green line indicating the CPU. Coming to the manage, so here we have a system advanced settings are there. In case of any changes, you need to come here, and you need to come here and we have to change the values. Auto start, what are the VMs we are creating inside the ESX server, and those VMs will be listed out here, and you can start and shut down sequence, you can arrange it with the auto start. So that means when ESX server is started, automatically VMs will start along with the ESX host. So that can be possible. So in future, when we are creating a new virtual machines, then we will configure the auto start configuration. Coming to the swap, this is a swap settings, like kind of memory allocation for the ESX host. By default, the settings will be enabled. You don't want to make any changes. Coming to the date and time, what are the my network level? So the IP address which is getting connected from the my router, the router whatever the time and the date settings will be there, that automatically updated here. So Thursday, Jan 25. Okay, so the time is showing is a UTC. Okay, the time is showing is a UTC. So maybe if you check that, okay, what is UTC time now for India? Okay, correct, right? 4:47 UTC time AM. Now this is exact time for in India right now, IST time. Okay, so this is a NTP, network time protocol configurations. So any server is running, so with this time zone only it will get updated from the host. If the time is changing, automatically VM's times also get changed. So make sure you have to set the proper time. So basically NTP settings, NTP settings at the time of I'm configuring, that settings will be coming here. Suppose NTP start and stop with a host and a port usage and start manually. So NTP servers you need to provide. If you go to Google, okay, okay, NTP servers list India, if you enter, okay, go to the ntppool.org. So this is the server names will be provided. So this is a server name will be provided 0.in.pool.ntp.org. This information you need to provide here. You need to provide here. So once you click save, so based on that this particular server, so whether it is reaching or not, we can check that. So go to CMD, okay, and here you need to ping this IP address whether it is reachable or not. Yes, it is reachable. So 0.in.pool.ntp.org, these time settings are reachable. So like that, there is a 1.in.pool also is there. There is a multiple NTP servers are available. So maybe it is not reachable here. It's a timeout. Next I can go for 2. Whichever is reaching, you please provide that one. So that's why if you provided multiple IPs, whichever it is working, it will take. Okay. Now I provided 0.in.pool.ntp.org. So NTP configuration, I enabled it. So every time when the system is powering on, it try to communicate with this internet IP, this internet address, and it will take it. NTP services start. Okay. NTP services we need to start here. maybe then the services level NTP service is available. Can you check that? NTP service is stopped. I just started here. Now it is running. Okay. Now it is running. So now this IP, this address will every time will get communicated. What are the time is available? So the time will get updated here. So this is a way we need to configure the NTP in initial settings. Coming to the hardware, any kind of hardware alerts you can see here. So based on that, you can raise a ticket with the vendor and you can solve the problems. Licensing. So right now I'm going with the 0000. So that means is a free license I'm going now. So this license will get expired March 25th. So today is Jan 25th. So March means exactly 60 days after that, this license will get expired. Okay, no problem. So every 2 months we need to set up the new lab is good one. So I don't have any problem. I will continue with this free. So I can manage all the features here. Every feature is working here. All features are working. Suppose if you want to assign a new license, click here and you can enter the license key and you can check license. Automatically get activated. Go to the packages. So any kind of installation packages, you can come here and install it. So any packages need to be installed like a VMware related packages, we can install updates. Suppose when you click here, you need to provide the address and maybe if your proxy address, you need to select it, update it there. So you can provide the address and you can click update. So it will communicate with internet and download the software updates and installing here. Okay. And coming to the services, all VMware related services will be showing here and the services whether it is running or stopped. Just now I have configured the NTP service, NTPD services have just started. So then it started working. So similar kind, the VMware related all the services will be showing here and whether it is a stopped or start conditions will be, you can check here in the status. And if you want to start or stop, you can use these buttons after selecting here. You want to stop, you want to start, so you can do that. Then finally security users. So now here we can configure authentication certificate users list. By default user will be there. So with this user you can manage it here. So now I'm going to create add new user. Example, I'm going to create a username is required. Definitely it's required. So the root user will not provided for anyone. Okay, root user will not provided to anyone. So we will provide you individual user. So example, how to provide individual user to log in and manage the ESX server. Example, I'm creating the username. Okay. Okay, I'm providing the username is Surya. Okay, right. So now the password we need to provide for Surya to log in and managing. So example, I'm providing password also. And I'm not providing the shell access, only limited access only I'm providing. Click add. So weak password based on the personal login information. So I just enter the password is very weak password. So we should not provide the weak password. So we need to provide some very complex password we need to provide. Example, I'm providing very complex password here. Click add. Again, this is a weak password. Okay. So now I'm going to give some additional very complex password I'm providing. So online com so this type of complex password generators are there. Okay, this is a online complex password generators are there. We can generate the password. Okay, very strong password we can generate. So we can set the limitation how many letters we need it. Okay, how many letters we need it. So like this we can generate. When I click on this, automatically it will be generating new password. So going forward, I will generate this type of passwords only. Okay, I will generate this type of passwords only. So based on that, you will be creating it. See, even I'll give the more complex password like this. This type of passwords we can generate. Okay. So Surya, I am providing your password personally. Okay. So do not share to
Okay.
anyone.
Okay.
So now I'm going to take it to the new screen. I'm going to generate a new password. Okay. And I'm sharing with you. Your ESXi 8 credentials. Username, root, password. I have shared with you. Please save it in secure location. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm providing this password here, and now click add. Now it was successfully added. So now if Surya wants to manage this server, so Surya will be connecting with the browser like this, and he will entering the ESX server username, and the username is not root. Username is Surya, and entering the password and click login. Okay. So going forward, this is a setup we are going to create. So permissions to perform these operations was denied. See, the username is there and password I provided. Permissions to perform these operations was denied. Okay. So why? Why denied? Edit user. What happened? What happened? So I was not provided a role. I was not provided a role to Surya to manage the server. Was not provided role to manage the server. So now I'm going to administrator. This role I'm going to add to the user. So now this is a user, right? This is a user, and with this user I need to provide a permissions. So going forward permissions, if I'm directly giving ESX server permission, you'll be directly log into ESX server and you'll be managing it. Okay, that is not best practice. So in corporate environment, so we will be providing vCenter login. With the vCenter login, we will be login to the server with the domain credentials, and domain credentials will be able to managing the entire ESX server and vCenter login. So that's why now just now I provided here the user. Okay, the permissions are not provided for Surya to logging in. Basically this is a permission. So these permissions, okay, these permissions I need to allocating to Surya. Any other questions?
Rajesh, we can create new roles also,
Yeah,
right?
we can create a new roles based on your convenient. We can create it. Which services only we can manage, which features only manage. We can create it. That's your wish. So go to the host. Okay. So here is a security user management is there. Yeah. So this is a lockdown mode. This lockdown mode means by default be disabled. If I'm enabling the lockdown mode, you guys cannot be manageable directly ESX server. Only through vCenter only you can manage it. Only through vCenter only you can manage it. Understood? So this is the lockdown mode. Maybe if I'm giving username, so only that user we can directly log in. That's called user exception. Remaining, if I'm enable this setting, okay, strictly lockdown mode, users are restricted to login from vCenter server only. Okay, direct console access is not possible. So mostly in companies we will be enabling, but some companies are disabled. Okay. Coming to the monitor, so this is a complete performance monitor like a hardware, any events is triggered, any tasks are performed by the user, any logs will be generated about the services in the particular location, any notification we have received so far, everything we can check that. In case if you want to monitor, you please come to the monitor sections, performance, hardware, event, task, logs, notifications you need to check. Coming back here, virtual missions. So in this virtual missions, so you can create a new servers like a, okay, you can create a servers like different OS family, Linux, Mac, other ESXi. So these are the families you can create it. Yes, you can create Mac also, Apple systems, Apple operating system. And this is a storage. So in the storage, so by default whatever the storage we provided, this is a local storage which was created. If any additional storage is required from the remote level, you can add a remote storage, you can add here. So right now we don't have any remote storage, so I'm not adding. Coming to the network, so there are two types of networks will be there. One is VM network, another one is a management network. Virtual machines, when you created, it will add it into the VM network. Right now there is no virtual machines. This virtual machine network will be connected to vSwitch 0. This is a virtual switch. This is a management network. This is called a VM kernel network. It will be communicating to the external network to internal network and managing of ESX server. So these are the only two network adapters are there, network configurations are there. With this only the complete ESX server is manageable. One is VM network, another one is a management network. So guys, this is a overall VMware ESXi host. So let's start with your questions one by one. No questions? Thank you.